Hello there, everyone. It's another episode of TroubleMakers podcast. I am one of your hosts, Nerdy John. Yesterday, I had a 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. shift, and I hate the world right now. I'm ready to record. How about you guys?
Oh, it feels good to be making content once again. If you guys haven't been keeping up, I've been uploading on the second channel, working on some stuff with the main channel. It feels truly amazing getting back into the swing of things.
What about you, Superman? What have you been doing in your spare time?
I've been enjoying getting closer to retirement.
You're what?
What?
I've been enjoying getting closer to retirement.
Oh my god, we're not doing this fucking stupid voice. Ladies and gentlemen, for context, not too long ago, this motherfucker goes on to, what was his name? Dickers or Dickens? I don't know. what
Dickens. It was Dickens. Dickens.
He
Good
goes
buddy.
on to, I do know his name, I'm just being a dick, but he goes on there with that fucking voice. And obviously it fucking annoyed me because I DM'd him what the hell, but everyone was annoyed in the fucking chat, even Dickers. But you better not be doing that throughout the whole episode. I swear to God, man.
I'm not going to do that throughout the whole episode, but I just want to make it very clear that, like, if anybody constantly wants to talk about, like, something that's just, like, stupid, spurgy drama, the thing that, like, just to, like, go into a little bit about it, I made some comments and obviously some posts about the Shamu, Nick Andros being discovered, like, sharing a tool that can be used for doxing. And I decided to take a few jabs at both of them, being like, just own the shit. That's all you gotta do. Just own it. All right. Don't try to be like, oh, well, we don't do this type of thing. And I haven't done it for so X long, but I get caught with, like, child pornography still in my closet. I'm not a pedophile anymore, though. Like, to me, it's just stupid.
Jesus,
it's just
comparison.
It's just stupid. All right, just own the shit that you fucking you do, and just move on from it. It's literally nobody gives a fuck.
If I remember correctly, Chud was kind of mad because he was defending Shamu before it was revealed that he did do some, like, doxing stuff.
Well, he got mad
prior.
at both of them. Shamu's getting defended, and Chud is literally full gun guarding for Shamu. He's like, this dude is innocent, this guy's okay, this guy has no problems or anything, and then finds out that, like, Shamu messages him and goes like, yeah, in my past, yeah, I did some doxing. Because, like, when people kept on trying to say that, oh, Shamu said that he did stuff in what was, I forget what the server's name was, Sentinel or whatever the fuck it was, he never did mention that he did, like, full-blown doxing, like, on that level. So yeah, I would understand why Chubb would be fucking pissed with that. And then also with Nick Andros, when Nick Andros is like, no, we're just doing some funny shit. It's just humor. It's just some gay ops and whatever. And then it's like, well, it's actually really serious because we actually want to try to probably help the little court case of Pikachu, and because we really, really hate Tectone. By the way, if you get to a parasocial relationship level of that, trying to get involved in a court case, but, like, not have your name attached, but you just really want to help them win, probably you should probably get away from that environment, and you should probably just log off for a while.
As a viewer, I think it's more so important as a viewer, but, like, especially content creators, never touch the poo. Never touch the poo. Just look afar, have your chuckles, make your serious points, make your money, and leave it at that. You don't want to get personally involved in this shit, okay? Look at what happened with fucking Repzion and Onision, okay? Those motherfuckers been beefing for years because Repzion had touched the poo.
God. Yeah,
Repzion is a failing disgrace. He's a failure. But you said, like, that's the thing that nobody brought up in that situation. Remember correctly, like, bro, the guy's not involved. Like, what's her fucking name? I'm pretty sure Pixie never reached out to Shamu to get involved or to do any of that.
Not that. We're talking about Pikachu. This is about Tectone. This is
Tectone's ex.
Rape Tone.
Oh, okay,
Rape Tone.
Yeah, the one he made get the lip fillers and then was, like, mad at her for the lip fillers.
But she never reached out to Shamu, though, did she?
No, none of these people ever reached out. Like, he just, like, I want to point out this, and I will make sure this is very clear. Shamu has done amazing content about Gabby and has done amazing content about tech tone. I think their videos are absolutely great. They're stunning. They're amazing. I think that this guy's going to be a really good content creator. The problem that I have with is like this parasocial needing to attach to something and help somebody's court case. To me, you're not a PI, you're not a private investigator. You're just a guy that's making funny content and pointing and laughing at people. And that's perfectly fine.
Shamu was
that's
the
the thing.
best.
That's the thing. I don't understand why they're not people weren't getting that. They were so focused. Like, the guy was never reached out. Like, it's not his job. All right, he's not fucking. What is it? He's not a detective. He's not fucking Batman over here trying to figure out who this guy is.
If you want a current reference, he's not Spider-Man Noir. Okay, he's not just Spider. He's not Nicolas Cage.
Maybe he was trying to get a relationship. I don't know. I feel bad for the dude, but at the end of the day, hope for the best for him. And hope he still pumps out content. All right.
No,
hope that this was just a hiccup.
Videos.
I hope this is just a hiccup. That's it.
I would say this isn't the worst thing imaginable. There's definitely worse people out there, Sabo Pancakes, that are much more deserving of the doxing label. That is. But yeah, it's very interesting how a certain someone was just very. Oh, that's a good one right there, actually. A certain someone was defending him hardcore, and then the next day he gets proven wrong, and then he just puts out a statement. Or no, he goes on a rant about something that has nothing to do with what's going on. I just find that very funny. If you know, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a comment below who you think it is.
Make sure you boost that engagement, hype up the video, because that's a thing now.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. You can hype up videos.
Fuck yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe. There we go. We got all the shilling done out of the way early. There we go. So, does anyone remember the name McJuggernuggets?
Yes, I remember him.
I remember hearing that about Fire Story, or is it Fire Story or Story Fire? Story Fire.
The burning garbage that was supposed to go up against YouTube. Yeah.
Let me see if that's still around. Story Fire. Is that?
Boy, he aborted that real quick, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he ended up selling it to Sky Does Minecraft. I think he ended up selling it to.
Story Fire is still around.
Yep. I think I still have an account there too.
I think I still I don't know if I have an account.
You have to I think it's still doing that thing where you have to have approval in order to post on there.
Oh my god.
I remember the appeal of it was that it was supposed to be this Twitter YouTube hybrid, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone was fucking shilling it. Keemstar was shilling it. He brought all the commentary dudes over, so Augie, Bo Blacks. Fun fact: the Half Baked Podcast is where that where it originally started was Storyfire.
God, I think I was working at Amazon at the time when Storyfire was kicking off. I tried to watch on there, but nothing. There was nothing at all.
I think I was still in high school.
I was working at my first job when that thing was popping off. I uploaded a couple things, but I remember it was very difficult to get access to making videos on there.
Okay, I remember the one clip from Augie's live stream where they were jokingly talking about Bo Blacks posting his cock on Storyfire.
Oh god!
I'm glad Bo Blacks never did something like that in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I'm so glad he did.
I'm glad that never happened.
Good. Never happened on Twitter or anything or X.
No, not on a specific date that's remembered at all. No.
Yeah, no, nobody remembers that. So why are we talking about McJuggernuggets or chicken nuggets?
Oh, he aborted a downy.
Yeah, so basically him and his girlfriend had an announcement a couple months ago that they were having a baby, which, it's all well and dandy, but as time progressed, they ended up finding out that the kid was actually going to have Down syndrome, and it seemed that they were going to still go through with it, but I guess after doing enough research and noticing that it is very mentally taxing, unfortunately they decided to fucking abort the baby because they just saw that they weren't mentally prepared for that. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really blame that they did that, because I'm a firm believer that if you don't have the ability to have be responsible for a kid, and especially meet demands like that, then the kid should have not been born. And in this case in particular, I don't blame him for doing that. I know abortion is a very touchy subject on the internet, but in this case in particular, I don't blame him for doing that. Where it is criticizable, I would agree, is kind of talking about it, and especially with Jesse kind of taking advantage of the publicity. Where at the time of us recording this, he is celebrating the anniversary of the Psycho series, which, I mean, really, dude. I mean, I get it's a great, monumental, a good life achievement of yours, but now's not the time. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I
And
have a very cynical opinion of it. I have a very cynical point of view. I think
Let's hear it.
I think their entire plan from the get-go was to monetize the pregnancy, was to monetize the kid eventually. I think he was going to do a Psycho Dad sequel with the kid, except he was the Psycho Dad this time around. That's my conspiracy theory, right? He was going to do like a Daddy 05, if you remember that guy. He was just going to like make content about bullying his kid. And I think since it's a Downey, the kid's not going to be like, the kid's going to think you're being serious with it, right? You can't manipulate them. Like with a Down syndrome kid, they take everything to heart, right? So you're not going to be able to make it go along with the lie as well as a regular kid, right? So I think they aborted it because they don't want to deal with a Down syndrome kid. I think they're going to for sure try to have another kid and hope to God that it doesn't come out as a Down syndrome. Because this is the thing about McJuggernuggets, okay? If his fucking girlfriend died tomorrow, he would monetize it within the hour, okay? This is not a man with moral values, okay? This is a fucking leech on YouTube who got popular really easy because him and his dad faked yelled at each other, okay?
Maybe
my counterpoint to that. Sorry, go on, Sidman.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, maybe they would just adopt. I think adopting it would just be 10 times easier anyway.
Oh no, you adopt some like black or Chinese kid and you bully the shit
and
out
that'd
of him.
be way more fucking.
Oh my god,
that'd be way more
McJuggernuggets.
clicks and
Okay,
views.
get us on the staff. Okay, get us on your payroll. Okay, we'll give you plenty of ideas.
I don't know. I don't think he would do something like that because already they were dealing with legal trouble when they were doing the Psycho series, and the thing is that I don't think that the reason that show was successful was only because it felt so real. I don't think he can capture that same magic. If he tried to do something like that with the kid, nah, I feel like he would legit be in some legal trouble. CPS would be called, all that shit. Because, I mean, keep in mind, these guys were swatted multiple times thinking that it was real. So, and I don't think Jesse wants to deal with that, with the hassle again. If we were to go with that idea. And maybe monetizing having the kid in thumbnails.
Things when he wants popularity. Man does
maybe having
things.
The kid in thumbnails and using him for views potentially, but doing another Psycho series, I don't think it would work. Honestly, it'd just be a little too far. Again, I'm being charitable to him just because, I mean, we know he used to be friends with Boogie, and well, look where that fucking failure is. But I don't know. I feel like Jesse has the intelligence to know when to stop. So, I don't know.
I don't know about that one. I think they're all in it for the clicks and views.
He would have 100% monetized that kid in any way he could. And I think he's just hoping. I think he's just.
Oh my god! I just thought of it. The best way for him to even capitalize on the profit and get back all the people that probably said that they unsubscribed is if they adopt a person with Down syndrome.
There we go. You adopt. Like you foster them for like a month, right? And you torture the shit out of them with different like vlog prank videos.
Slap on the back of the head every time that they don't look good for the photo shoot or the video.
Oh my god!
Yeah. it's literally the best idea that they could have.
You like they don't do something and you threaten to take away like their grilled cheese or something.
Yeah, and then like all of a sudden like that Down syndrome kid like all of a sudden like gets as beefy as that black kid that beat up his white teacher.
Oh my god!
That's the thing is like Jesse never like
Jesus.
he's never. I honestly don't think he's ever tried to. If he has, I'm not aware of it, but I don't think he's ever tried to actually make it into the big business. Like like he can be creative. Like he's very good at like creatively. Like he knows how to make a decent story, but just I honestly don't think
He
he has
knows
like
how
the
to tell
commitment.
someone to yell at him. Yeah, you're right. He knows how to do that very well.
Because unlike our next topic, where it was a bunch of YouTubers making movies, somehow Jesse still can't like he can't like he's stuck in the YouTube bubble. Honestly, that's the way
I
I
think
see
it's
it. Like,
mostly
I think
because he can't think outside of that.
yeah, which I guess is that we might as well talk into our next subject. Some good news. Uh,
Lighting
yeah, if
news.
you guys haven't heard, terrible transition, I know. If you guys haven't heard, the Backrooms, Obsession, and now Digital Circus are basically crushing the box office. 3 products made by YouTubers are somehow outclassing, what is it, Scary Movie and what's the Star Wars movie? Mandalorian and Grogu, correct?
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah. And I mean, I never thought I would say that a fucking YouTube project, 3 YouTube projects getting outshined by fucking outshining Star Wars and
Well, I
Scary
think we
Movie
have to
made by
thank
the
Markiplier for that. Like obviously, Obsession and Backrooms were in development before Markiplier's movie was released theatrically, but
Yeah.
like obviously, I think due to the success of Iron Lung, I think that gave the public what's the word I'm looking for? Like it gave them reassurance that YouTubers can make good products outside of just YouTube.
Because that's another thing too is that unlike these ones, if I remember correctly, Markiplier's movie was not in every theater. It was actually
But it
limited. It was
released. So it
released
made like twice the money
January.
back.
And January and February are notorious for being terrible months for movies because that's typically after the holidays. So actually, I'll double check that actually, but I'm pretty sure it was released in a month where it was doomed to fail. Let me see. But
And if you want, you can either buy or rent it on YouTube
Yeah.
right now.
yeah, January 30th of this year it was released, and typically January is like a terrible month for movies. So that's the fact that it was able to make back its budget and more, especially on a limited release, is impressive. And so it is. I'm very curious to see the future of Hollywood moving forward. Is there
Well-
going to be more YouTubers doing projects like that?
Well, don't forget. Well, this is definitely before your time. There used to be a ton of great film YouTube channels. One that was really popular at the time, back when I was still in high school, was I forget the channel's name, but it was like first person perspective of like secret agents or the action movies, and like all of a sudden, like they were so wanted that they finally made a movie where in Hollywood they were doing like the first person's perspective of that
Are you talking about
whole
Hardcore Henry?
maybe it was, I don't know exactly, but it gave you all the way through first person perspective of the entire thing, how it looks like in the fights and everything. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it was like a really great movie, but it was entertaining and a lot of the fans watched that and championed it because they were loyal and everything. And Hollywood tried initially, but I guess it was still too early for them to like jump in on YouTube and grab YouTube creators to direct movies. And now I think it's because Hollywood now is like out of ideas and out of thoughts and don't know how to actually come up with something original anymore. So now they're just going to let YouTubers that make great content or great stories and then let them do everything.
Well, you remember when they made Logan Paul a star, right? When Logan Paul had his own movie.
Dude, I remember that his TV series that was on YouTube got canceled immediately, really quick. I was so happy about that.
Well,
I
like
championed
the
that shit.
movie, his movie, I forget the name, but it was basically like a dystopian world where the U.S. government controls the population, and
It
they
has
do
Payne
that
List in
by
it, so
and they do that by like if you get bad grades, you die.
Oh, that sounds like a really base place to be.
no, and that pretty much is the real world right now. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh, we can't forget about Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson had a movie.
The
Oh my
Smosh
God.
movie, Annoying Fred had
movie.
Fred movie, Annoying Fred. I mean, he is annoying. He had like
The-
three
The
on
Annoying
Nickelodeon.
Orange had a TV show.
Yeah, Annoying
and
Orange.
And I think the reason why those didn't really do so well is because I mean the Smosh movie. I mean, what? It's like, what is the movie about? It's not. There's no established lore. There's no. It's just a bunch of random cameos. That's really all it is. And then the
Well,
Fred
you know what the
movie.
funny thing is? I
Yeah.
think I think a Smosh movie today could probably work because it's more of a sketch comedy. It's more like sketch comedy, like SNL or Monty Python now. Like, you know, if you did like an anthology film with like extended skits, I'm sure it could work. Not have to worry about like an overarching narrative.
Because I don't think when the Smosh movie was made, I don't think Ian and Anthony had creative control over that movie. Because they hate that movie. They absolutely hate it. So that makes me. Again, if anyone can correct me in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure that movie, they did not have any creative control, hence why they don't like it. And I think in future projects, they retain creative control. And that's another thing I think why a lot of these like old YouTuber to movie things didn't work was because, simply put it, the YouTuber themselves didn't have creative control. They had some other random Hollywood schmuck make the movie. KSI even was in a movie too, and he doesn't want to do any movies because of that, because he had no creative control over it at all.
In Shane Dawson's instance, he had too much control.
Oh, I haven't seen any of Shane Dawson's. What was the movie even about?
Oh God, it was like a ripoff of American Pie, basically like a raunchy teen comedy drama. And it was just like everyone wanted this was legit the plot. Like everyone wanted to fuck Shane Dawson.
That's it.
And Shane Dawson was just, he was the asshole, but everyone loved him. That was it. That was it.
And there's some that don't deserve movies, but this new age though, it's brand new, new blood, doing movies, well, except for Markiplier. But still, his movie was pretty good. And I'm very curious to see the future, like finally proper, like actual proper YouTubers who actually know how to make a story from beginning to end, know what a plot, character arc. Like, it's nice to see that that's actually going to be done in a day and age. So.
For sure. Now, guys, we're not lawyers here. We're not lawyers, but
fuck no.
You know, methinks if you default on a lawsuit that you're in, right? Does that technically mean you lose, right? That technically means you lose because you're not making your argument in court. Therefore, the judge can give you the harshest punishment they see fit.
Yeah, they can just default it. Yeah, I guess they just lost. Let me just decide. Coin flip, roll the dice. I'm not sure which one.
But yeah, Frogan's lawsuit has defaulted, and tons of her fans are angry with her. All 50 of them are very, very upset because they donated a lot of money to her GoFundMe. Like there was one commenter, when the default thing was announced, they wrote her in chat, was like, "Hey, I donated like $200 to you. I'm disappointed with what you're doing," and she was like calling them fake fans and stuff, that they don't understand anything, that she's not losing. And then she was on that same stream, by the way, begging for money for Game Pass.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. Maybe it's a language barrier. Maybe she just doesn't understand the English language. Maybe it's just Muslims being dirty and fucking low IQ, I guess.
Oh, right. Jesus. Fucking Christ.
I would say her fans are more low IQ, because what did they think was going to happen? You're fucking donating money to a fucking terrible person here. What do you think was going to fucking happen? Obviously, she's going to misuse the funds. That's just, like, it's another careful situation. Well, of course she wasn't going to win the fucking
Technically, she did not, because how she worded her GoFundMe, she could use the money outside of the lawsuit.
Yeah. Whereas Keffel's was going to be used only for this and only that. There was
Honestly.
only one place it was supposed to go. But hey, listen, she did learn from her neighbors across the way from Israel, those dirty little Jews, and she was able to actually.
I mean, at least we're making fun of both sides. I guess.
Yeah, fucking both. Yeah. But I mean, like in all honesty, yeah, the way that she worded, she outsmarted people. I mean, I don't have any sympathy for those people, but hey, she can do whatever she wants with the money, and I can call her she got good training from her people across that oppressed her.
Overlord.
Yeah, overlords for many, many years from across the sea.
Yeah.
Remember, from the
Also,
land to the sea.
Her big boss, Hassan Piker.
Oh God, you mean the one that she mods for that doesn't pay her anything? Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it.
I think she just used the GoFundMe money so that way she could technically do streaming full time. Because there's no way that she's making enough money from streaming itself to like maintain that as like a full-time thing. She lives in fucking LA.
Yeah, no.
Terrible fucking county, by the way, or place, really.
Yeah, it's like apparently like she has a degree to get like a decent job. She had a decent job before she went full-time streaming.
Yeah,
And,
but that actually required her to stand in place for longer than an hour, and her overweighted body couldn't support mass. So just like the endangered whales, she couldn't really survive on her own, and she needed help from a community of humans that would take sympathy on them. Thus she was able to find with Hassan Pikers. Can't get a real job, can't do any real work. Let me mooch off of the systems. Let me just get paid for absolutely no reason at all. Because what entertainment is coming out of that sphere? It's not entertaining, and it's not political.
Specifically.
Yeah,
Frogan specifically. You know what she does all day? She watches reality TV shows, eats on stream, and then maybe plays a game.
I actually was hoping for her to actually hit the goal for the Twin Tower building cake, because I wanted to see if she actually knows how to bake a cake, or if she could actually read English and follow the instructions on the back of the box.
Oh, let's be honest. She's gonna find some fucking schmuck out in LA to fucking do it for her. There's someone in LA probably knows how to do that shit.
Yeah, there was somebody probably out in LA that did know that, and there was going to be a sub goal on her fucking page being like, all right, guys, I need to hit this donation goal so that way we are able to do the cake, because I can't bake for shit. My fat sausage fingers don't know how to fucking hold a pan sturdy while I fucking whisk.
Well, then that's the thing too, is that Frogan purposefully she does the kick streamer thing where she farms outrage clips, the veteran the veterans clip, the 9/11 dono goal, and then someone did a video where they watched Frogan for 30 days, right, or 100 days, which it was a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah.
And she said purposefully a lot of out-of-pocket stuff, right? And I'm not judging her for that, right? I want to be clear. After all, fucking sent man over here with his fucking little speech earlier. Yeah, but she doesn't capitalize on the outrage whatsoever. No one clips her out. What I mean by that is people from her community, right? It's all the people who hate her that clip her. There are no dedicated clip channels to her. She uploads shorts on her channel, but she has no dedicated highlight videos at all, or funny moments on stream. It's an interesting case where she is someone who, if you talk about her, you can potentially get thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. But she herself can barely get 100 viewers sometimes. Anywhere from 50 to 100.
That
Well,
gives me
everybody's
an
just
idea.
clipping obviously all the outrage clips. I mean, especially the whole like veterans thing. You saw how
Mhm.
many people like clicked and viewed it, and thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people were talking about it. I mean, like it was one of those
Mhm.
widespread things. I mean, like if you sat down today and you did a San moment where you were just like you got frustrated and you just said America deserved 9/11 in a very frustrated way, and people
Mhm.
clipped that, you would get hundreds of thousands of probably views if you were well known. All right.
Mhm.
But people will always like spread obviously anything that's outrage bait. So, you know, not shocking that she got all of those, but nobody actually tunes in to watch her shit. Nobody actually really logs her. I don't think anybody actually spends that much time to actually care about what this woman has to say. Blob, whale, worthless piece of space that exists in America for whatever fucking reason.
Jesus.
But from there, let's talk about somebody that won their court case. A little victory for Denims. Big, huge victory for a Hassan Orbiter. God damn. I can't believe that she was able to actually, win her court case. Well, Ethan at least got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I mean, like, I don't know how to feel, honestly, because, like, she did deliberately say stuff like, watch my stream so that we don't have to watch the original video. But, like, also, too, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, she, like, I think in terms of, like, fair use, I'm very, what's the word? Like, laissez-faire? Laissez-faire? Like, unless you're, like,
Mm-hmm.
directly just, like, ripping the entire video and like uploading it to your channel, I'm usually fine with like how people conduct the reactions or use of other people's content.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like she did kind of insinuate she was stealing his content. But like, is her reaction any different from like a random 5 viewer Andy randomly on Twitch who probably does like lazy reaction videos? So that like, should that person then be sued by whoever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think this like whole situation just opened up a very slippery slope kind of situation where it's just like, and like it's been like this on YouTube in general for a while, not just for fair use stuff, but like we've seen a rise in like YouTubers just suing each other, and I hate that. Like I remember the days when like YouTubers, instead of suing each other, would just make video after video responding to each other, and it was great fucking entertainment, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah,
now
yeah.
it's just like everyone's fucking suing each other, and it's just like, oh, that's lame.
Well, like my whole thing is that when I was watching this whole like Ethan doing the lawsuit thing, I was like, I was only in favor of his lawsuit really just because like the girls were literally saying that we are doing this to take views away, we're trying to replace your content with our content, and like what's it called, don't click on your video. It was very clear, a very pattern. To me, it felt like it's like if you watched one of those old VHS tapes that like gave you the FBI warning, and it's like, hey, don't copy this and distribute this, or you can get a fine or something. I feel like for me, I didn't want like something serious to happen to these people. I was just like, I kind of want something to slap them on the wrist and be like, hey, listen, don't do this because it's fucking wrong. You shouldn't say that type of shit. But listen, at the end of the day, Dems won, and grats to her. I don't think Ethan Klein's whole thing that he was trying to do with these lawsuits was going to change the ecosystem of YouTube or videos or content or reaction content. And also, just to be very clear, fuck Ethan. I don't know about everybody else on the panel. I don't know how everybody else feels about him. But for me, I absolutely do not like this fuck because of past video that he made for Content Nuke against Keemstar, where he decided to use a person that's no longer with us in this world
Etika.
as a prop. Uh, as a prop in his arguments to battle Keemstar. To me, that's the most scummy thing that a lot of people can do, and I don't like that. So listen, I have sympathy for him for the CPS calls. I think that's really fucked up, but that's as far as it goes. All right. So before everybody thinks that somehow everybody on this panel is a white knighting for this this guy, no, sorry, not everyone absolutely loves
No,
him.
yeah,
Nobody
and like now
forgives all his actions.
he's like suing iDubbbz now, right?
Threatening. I'm pretty sure. Last I
Threatening
heard.
to.
it was
My bad,
threatening.
my bad.
Threaten. I think he's trying to sue Noah Simpson, which is one that I'm like baffled by. Dude, if the guy absolutely believes that you are a genocide supporter, go ahead. But you could easily prove that you're not a fucking genocide supporter by all your past comments about saying that, you know, you stand with Palestine and that you've also criticized the government of Israel heavily. You called Netanyahu a war crime criminal. Like, there's so many things that he has said in the past that contradict to make him like seem like a genocide supporter or a Zionist. I
Like
don't agree with these guys.
that's the one guy. Like, for me, it's like, okay, now we're just like getting ahead of ourselves. Like, why are we trying to sue this guy? Like, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I say I don't like Ethan Klein. It's one of the arguments. Like,
Mhm.
I point out to that situation in particular, saying like, dude, this guy has not changed. He's arguably gone worse. Now he's going after a guy that is relatively small. If it was like, say, a news organization, or if we want to rewind the clock back a bit, when a lot of these news articles, do we remember, like, what was it, the New York Times going after YouTubers and that? If he was suing
the
them,
PewDiePie stuff.
yeah, if say that situation was going on with Ethan, where they were spreading misinformation and just taking him out of context and doing that shit, and he sued them, different. I would say yes, go right ahead. These are journalists. They should know better. These companies are putting out garbage like that. Absolutely. But we're talking about a YouTuber here. What is stopping you from either just ignoring the fucker or responding to the guy and calling him out? Again, it goes back to the thing that Simpman was saying, is like, back then YouTubers would just respond to each other with another video disputing the claims or pointing out the other guy's skeletons in his closet. Like, it's why when I heard that situation happen, I was like, yep, there you go. I called it. You guys stand right behind this fucker and look what happened. And I'm calling out you, Nicholas Diorio, in particular, actually just anyone.
Jesus.
All right, because like, you guys let this happen. You guys prop this guy up. Like, don't get me wrong, Hassan and all the other fuckers are terrible, but I mean, come on, are we just gonna let this guy roam around doing that shit? Who's to say the other guy won't do that? Because I think, what was it, Hassan says he wants to sue, right, or some shit. I saw a clip of rats running around. So again, I don't like. I'm glad Denham's won. Fuck Ethan. I'm glad he won. Or I'm glad she won, sorry, but I don't support her in any shape or form. I still think she's a bumbling fucking idiot that doesn't know what she's talking about half the time.
Well, I
All
mean,
the people
like,
in this story are terrible, if I'm being honest.
yeah. I mean, like, even what's it called? Chud Logic even points this out. I'm not a fan of Chud Logic or anything, but like the fact that after she won her, obviously won everything, people were trying to champion her or like, you know, praise her and like, you know, say she's so base and everything. I'm like, she's not base. She's not fucking smart. She's basically fucking on the borderlines of fucking retardation. All right, you watch her actually have a debate with Chud Logic, and you kind of can like understand why Chud is like trying to give everybody the heads up of this bitch doesn't know a thing that she talks about ever.
She had a really good lawyer.
That's really
It's not that she's,
it's not even.
she's not the champion of anything. She lucked out, and she got a really good lawyer, unlike Casey Tron and unlike Frogan.
Yeah, like she got a really good lawyer. She literally played the pay to win, and she literally won.
Like, that's the thing, is like, at the end of the day, it's like these people aren't showing up to court. It's like their lawyers are going in on their behalf. Like, Denham's isn't going to court disputing
Neither
this
is
to the
Ethan,
judge.
from what I understand.
Yeah.
Ethan is even himself going. He has like people. This is a battle that the lawyers are doing for them. So again, like, I don't. Which, actually, speaking of, low tier god represented himself, by the way, a notorious low-cow.
Wait, he
and
went to
won.
court?
Yeah, he went to court for. He went to court. I think, what was this? I meant for like like his child support or baby mama situation or something.
Yeah, basically black crime
Okay.
instigations or whatever needs to happen to cover them.
Basically, he got a restraining order on the
Jesus.
baby mama and proved that without a doubt she was the one harassing him. Which I don't know how he won, but he did it. Maybe that show how
Well, that's
good
like
he
a
is.
small.
Or,
That's like small claims court, right?
yeah,
You know.
I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But my point is that somehow someone like Low Tier God who represented himself somehow won versus Denims. Because I know for a fact if Denim showed up on court by herself, she would not have won. Again, it's. I'm glad she won, but this isn't like a grandiose victory, and I don't know why everyone is celebrating. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not. It's not impressive. I'm glad she won, but fuck
Mhm.
these people. I hate everyone in this in this situation.
You know who wins? Us, because we get the laugh.
We do make content off of them. That is true.
Yeah. But you know, and you know what we can make with the money that we make from this. What we can do with the money that we make from this situation?
Lego.
We can buy Legos.
Yep.
Oh my
Damn
god.
right. I think it's talk about our. What is this? Our final topic then?
The grandiose one.
Yes. Oh my god. I loved how Queeman and everybody was trying to tell me that I had to fear the Jews, I had to fear Israel. But right in my backyard, it's actually the Mormons I gotta fear.
Oh my.
Yep.
Careful. Careful. They'll show up. They'll show up with their what is it they drink? Like those like dirty sodas, right? That's what they drink usually because they
Those
can't drink
dirty
caffeine.
sodas. Those dirty sodas. I don't know that.
Well, they drink something because they're not allowed to have coffee or caffeine of any kind. Anyway, point is. So there's this YouTuber who did an investigation because someone's Lego collection went missing, and apparently a franchisee owner of a what's it called, like brick and minifigs, like
Yeah,
that,
it's basically like the equivalent to a GameStop, basically for Lego.
Yeah. Apparently we're holding we're just stole this guy's entire collection, and like there's police corruption involved, like there's body cam footage and everything. It's
Yeah, so
interesting.
basically, there's a guy named Brian. His dad owned 200,000 worth of Legos, which, by the way, that's a shit ton of Legos that was collected over the span of years. I believe he bought these at retail price. So these are definitely worth a lot, and I think they're still in the box. Pretty sure, if not somewhere open. But that's generally how they're worth around. Legos have gotten expensive over the years, ladies and gentlemen. But they signed a contract. I think it was like a co-assignment where the store can have them in their store, but obviously they don't own ownership. Now, if they do sell the Lego sets, the money will be given to the family. I don't know how often businesses do that, but apparently that was the agreement. Now, fast forward to a couple years, the original manager was planning on moving out of the country because I think they had some issues. And from there, I'm gonna pause my game. From there, what is it? They met this franchisee, Josh and Brian, and they worked with the company, and they basically forced them out. Instead of giving them time to, to get everything in order, they just told them, nah, get the fuck out of here. This is our store now. And they said, well, are you gonna, honor everything? He says, yeah, sure, we're gonna honor every agreement you made. Long story short, they didn't. They had arguments with Brian and his family, and they basically told him, like, hey, if you try and sue us, we're gonna drag it out, and it's gonna get to the point where this collection is gonna be worth nothing. Like, it's not gonna be even worth it. We'll drown you in court costs, which is really fucking scummy. Now, this is where Ben himself gets involved. The family reaches out to Ben. And Ben, I suggest, ladies and gentlemen, watching the whole series. It is funny, it is entertaining, and it'll definitely piss you off because this guy tries every single way. He tries every single legal loophole, everything to try and get the Legos back. And ultimately, the store ends up shutting down. Ben goes after the franchisees and tries to sue them. And this is where it honestly pisses me off. The police in Utah are Mormons, and so are the franchisees. And when Ben was showing the video, they left a lot of redacted info from the body cam. However, I believe a couple days ago, they released the body cam footage, and yeah, Josh and Brian, when they were talking to the cops, they lied. They said that Brian was like harassing them, threatening to kill them, saying that he was going to shoot them. Apparently, they had drugs on him. All of that was complete bullshit. All of it. And before the body cam was released, they were suing the store, the company building minifigs. They were suing Ben for defamation, harassment, all this other bullshit. And they were standing by Josh and Brian. However, once that body cam released, oh, what's this? Josh and Brian are let go from the company. They're fired. But why though? I thought they were telling the truth. How could they? Don't tell me they lied. They did, ladies and gentlemen. They absolutely fucking lied. And the CEO knew it as well. As you can see in the body cam footage, the CEO is also talking to the cops and also lying out of his ass. So even though the two guys are gone and most likely Ben is going to be suing them separately or it becomes a separate issue, there's still the case of building minifigs. All right, the CEO is just as corrupt as those guys, and same with the police department. Ben, it got so bad to where these guys swatted Ben, they arrested him multiple times on false charges, and not even 12 hours after the swatting, another arrest warrant is put out for him, but they don't tell him what for. So Ben ended up fleeing to Mexico. And by the way, part 3 and part 4 are still to come where it gets even worse. So
Jesus.
yeah, it's a complete, it's a crazy situation, and I highly suggest watching the Ben's videos. And there are some interviews out there with the CEO and Ben themselves where they go more into detail, and I highly suggest watching those. But yeah, it is, so far as things are at the time of us recording, building minifigs are still suing Ben. I believe Ben, Josh, and Brian, the two franchisees, they've met for, I think, what is it called, mediation or something. So that's in the works already.
So yeah, they're trying to solve it outside of court, right? That's usually what mediation.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, they've met up, and I believe Ben is going to be suing the police department because a lot of it was bullshit. A lot of the stuff that they did was complete bullshit. So yeah, I think, and oh yeah, one more thing: the GoFundMe. Ben made a GoFundMe because they're building minifigs are also suing Brian. Apparently, I don't know if they dropped it, but apparently, this is the part where it gets a little confusing. Before dropping Josh and Brian, they said that they were going to sue him. And then once they dropped Brian and Josh, they said that they're going to return everything back to the original guy, the collector. But there's been no mention of them dropping the lawsuit from him. So what's the deal there? That's something I still don't know. But yeah, that's currently right now. I think Ben is still in Mexico. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Because I think this is the most disgusting display of corruption, especially the police. I mean, there's a reason why people genuinely hate the police, and this is clearly an example of that. And yeah, I think it is because they're Mormon. Because yeah, building minifigs funded the Mormon church, which also funded I think it's the other way around. They funded the police department. I know the police department is funded by Mormons, by the Mormon church.
Yeah. I'm loving this story because it feels like classic YouTube. And the best part is there's no pedophilia.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no pedophilia
yeah.
whatsoever. It's a classic scam story that it feels like if this was like a crypto story, like CoffeeZilla would be all over this, you know?
I think he said he was going to, is he not? Or
CoffeeZilla? I mean, if he's gonna cover this, this is gonna be even more awesome. But I've been loving these scam stories, not because of the situation itself, because obviously, scamming people out of their money, especially when it's middle class people, is awful. But it's just like these stories. There's a clear bad guy. There's no like muddy waters of like, well, the age of consent is this over here. So, technically speaking, there's not that weird debate bro who like wants to like defend the groomer because, they just want attention.
Yeah, this is like straight up like arguably, it reminds me a lot of Watch Dogs where it's the small guys going up against, the big corporation. And Ben, I think the best way to describe it, because people were saying, well, why didn't you just take care of it legally, not make this whole big spectacle? And he said, well, first off, the whole point of this is if you were, say, in Brian's position, or like, an average person, how would they go about it? How would they go
Mhm.
up against a big corporation? And also, second of all, even if like he did legally, the public would not know. They would try to disclose it, try to, make Ben or them sign an NDA and
No,
not,
and people would still go to Bricks and Minifigs, which I think
yeah.
since this came out, I think a lot of people have decided to like boycott Bricks and Minifigs as a company.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I think
this
most of the
had,
time people. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say this reached news. Like even the media was covering it too. That's how big it got. And I believe one of their suppliers cut ties with them too. I'll try
Right.
to
So
actually
like
find them.
I think a good chunk of people who follow this story are going to make the decision of just refusing to buy from them. They're probably going to buy stuff at like their local retailers from now on, or if they have to, they're probably just going to order off Amazon or eBay or another company that specializes in this stuff. Because bricks and minifigs, I give them 5 years, 5 years before they file for like bankruptcy or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, because they're not as big as something like GameStop. It's not that because they
No,
just
because
do
they're already in a
Legos.
niche. Is the thing.
Yeah,
They're already in a niche.
and it's all owned by like a different franchisee, because there's like every person is different. Like it's not one set of employees like GameStop, I guess, if that makes sense. So again, I'm not too familiar with the business, so I could be entirely wrong. But yeah, because Lego itself is, I collect a lot of stuff. I collect figures, that kind of stuff. And for me, Lego, the reason I don't collect Legos as often is just because it is an expensive hobby. It really is expensive
Yes, it
to get
is.
into. And it's why I don't recommend people getting into it unless you really, really have the commitment to do it. Uh, you know, the only ones I collect are Sonic, because, there's some sets that I think fit well. That's great to have great set pieces from the games, versus something like Star Wars, because they're always going to redo Star Wars. They're always going to redo the movies. They're always going to try and innovate, and they're always going to make them bigger, more expensive, and sometimes the new ones are better. Sometimes the good ones are better. That's just the game of Lego, and it's hard to get into it. And this more than anything hurts the niche, arguably, this whole situation. Unironically, and that's one of the repercussions. And I'm surprised Lego themselves hasn't gotten involved, as Lego, just like Nintendo, is very protective with their brand. They're very protective, and I'm surprised it hasn't gotten to this point, honestly.
Oh, don't jinx them. If this gets big enough for Lego and like they might face heat from it, they might just like stop like selling to them at all, right? Because like you have to. I would imagine they probably have to like have the official Lego company as a supplier, right? To buy their merchandise and sell it.
I don't know. I'd assume so. I'm not really sure how it works. Maybe it is within the same. Maybe the relationship is similar to that of GameStop. I'm not really sure, but I'd imagine so, if they're allowed to, use their a lot of their what is it? I guess IP, their copyright, because I mean they include some Lego stuff in their logos and stuff. So I'd imagine they have some type of permission to do that. But yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Sim? Man, you've been relatively quiet on this. But have you kept up at all with the situation, or what are your
Oh
thoughts
yeah,
on it?
no. Like, for me personally, when I look at this type of shit, I mean, like I see this as like obviously you're going to have toxic things apart that latch onto your niche community or your niche
Unfortunately.
hobby, and the hardest part is to cut out the cancer cells that attach to you. Because like it's way too many things that you have to keep a lookout for. It's way too many people that all have licenses to also be part of it, and thus it's really hard for proper filtering to happen. All right. I'm glad to see what's happening currently right now. I mean, like at the start of it, it was fucking the most wild thing that you would ever see or hear about. and now it's gotten to kind of like where we would expect things to kind of settle into. So it's really, I'm glad of where we're going. Obviously it's not perfect yet, but at the end, but I'm only hoping to hear more good things as we progress. I hope that the company literally doesn't follow through with any of these lawsuits that they claimed about, but I hope that what's it called? Everybody is able to get everything that they need from this at the end of the day. Everybody's able to shake hands and walk away, because I would not like to have such a tarnished what would it be? Tarnished reputation, tarnished look, yeah, to the community at a whole, if this kept going.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I remember like the first like set of videos I would like really like go out of my way to find on YouTube were like stop motion Lego videos. Cause like people would do like stop motion like Lego zombie videos and stuff, and like that was really fun to watch. I know you said that you collect the Sonic Lego, like the Lego Sonic sets.
Yeah, some of them,
Skelly.
not all of them.
What about you, Sip Man? Any
Oh wow!
attachment?
I didn't. I listen. I just learned that I dislike Skelly 10 points more now. Holy shit! Sonic Legos. What are you, Bow Blacks? Holy fuck, dude! Are you gonna get the Sonic Chew medallion from Legos if they make it?
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna put it in a fucking case and make sure no one ever touches it ever.
Oh my god!
Bury it away.
Skelly. I have a scenario for you. Okay, Boblex comes to you, right? Comes to you and says, "I want to buy your Lego set." Would you sell to Boblex?
Simple. I'd be like, here, I got him right here. I take him out to the outback. I tell him to look for it, and then I lock the shed and I fucking burn him with him in it. So there you go. That's my response.
What if he offered you free subscriptions to his Fansly?
Oh, then I just fucking this is what I would do. I would give him the Lego sets, follow him back home, and then I'd put a shotgun to his head and kill him right in front of his family. That's what I would do.
Bold of you to assume he lives with family.
You really think he can afford living on his own when he hasn't made any content? Fucking
You really think
loser.
his family would want him around?
Yes. They're gonna take the burden of keeping the Sasquatch in check and not let him run loose. All right.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Bobax would like cry about how his parents think he's a disappointment.
Well, he is though. What is he crying about? They're telling them the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts.
God. We are awful people. If the audience couldn't tell by now,
we are.
Nah,
anyways, I think
we're only awful to Muslims, man.
That's you. That's you. This man does not represent my views.
My beliefs.
This man represents some of my views, not all of them.
This is our final stream with Simp Man.
yeah. There's gonna like, you know, when we eventually are able to afford art in the future, we'll do art, and in the corner will be like a chair, and it'll have a sign that said "Simp Man was here."
I admit, if you're watching, don't worry, you'll be the first one to hire. I know you want me to pay you for something you haven't done yet. Lazy bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't worry, I'm actually. You want to know what? I actually will pay for actually getting a advertise a little bit of a look for every one of us to like be sitting around here. But it is gonna have a chair that Simp Man was here, and then it's just gonna have a picture of me in the back joining ICE.
Oh no!
Ripping my shirt off, releasing the ICE fucking logo. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh Jesus! With that out of the way, this was TroubleMakers podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my main channel, nerdyjohn.to2, where we cover all things commentary and nerd related. And then, you know, Skelly, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Aftermath News, where I talk about commentary stuff related, and my normal channel, E_Skeleto, where I do games, and soon enough I'm going to be doing another movie review on The Digital Circus, because I watched the last episode on theaters. So yeah, if you want to hear my thoughts, go check it out, and don't forget to support my Ko-fi as well.
And then Sip Man, where can they find you?
Currently, you can only find me on Twitter, but I am actually working to progress to actually change that. So I will be soon on YouTube and on Kick.
And in jail
Hell,
soon.
fucking yeah.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, I will
For
be
what?
putting all
For what?
putting all the
I don't know.
illegals away. Duh. I mean, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm part of ICE, man.
Oh my god.
Get all those. Get rid of all those dirty little Muslims, man. All
All
those
right,
little
and with
fucking
that out of the way,
unclean
this
skin.
is the end of the episode. Goodbye.